Silent Hill 2 still stands as one of the best horror games ever made, but not only that, I think this is legitimate, probably the scariest game I've ever played. Coming from somebody who's played horror games like Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Outlast, Resident Evil 7 was really scary. I've played a lot of horror games like growing up. I'm 24 now, and I've played plenty of different horror games. The Silent Hill 2 Remake not only paid the most faithful remake to a one of the best games ever, period, in the original Silent Hill 2. But they made this game one of the scariest psychological experiences you will ever have in your life. Like genuinely, you guys have to play this game. What's good, YouTube? It's NoWayJeric, and I'm back with a Silent Hill 2 review. Just me blabbering about this game because I love it so much. I love the original a lot. I played the original a few years ago, and even though that gameplay is hella outdated, it looks horrible. That game was still like one of the craziest like gaming experiences I've ever had. Like that story, those characters, the ambiance, the way that game looked was incredible. Like I will never have a different like a gameplay experience like that again. The Silent Hill 2 remake is like just like that. It's on the same level. The Silent Hill 2 remake does the original so much justice. It pays homage in the most faithful way they can with the characters, the themes, the soundtrack, the enemies, Pyramid Head, like everything that encompasses the original Silent Hill. The remake does sometimes just as better, maybe sometimes just as worse, but Bloober team tried their hardest to make this the most faithful remake they could. And I'm not playing, I'm being dead ass. This is one of the scariest games I've ever played. This might be number one, like I said earlier. Like the atmosphere, the way the enemies move, like I guess because like it's Silent Hill 2 remake is newer. It like look at this game. It's gorgeous. It's one of the best looking games out right now. But I think it's just the way Bloober team made this game and designed this game with the world. Like the upside down world that James goes into. I don't want to spoil it, but it looks sickening. It's unnerving. It's so grotesque. This game is so grotesque. Grotesque was the definition. This Silent Hill 2 remake will be the definition of grotesque. Like everything in this game, the boss fights, like Bloober team really did their best, and I feel like they made one of the best, if not the best, horror game I've seen or played in a while.
Hello? Anyone there?
If this is your first time playing Silent Hill 2, there's going to be a lot of things in the story, the cutscenes, the dialogue you're just not going to understand. And that's one of the reasons, like I'm telling you, some of this, like y'all just seen that. Like this is what you're going to be playing. You hear the music, you hear, everything going around in the world. Like I would suggest highly, I don't know if how y'all play horror games, but I like playing horror games the best when like I have my headset on and I'm just like I'm blasting the game audio. Like that's because it really immerses you. It's like when you're in a theater and you're watching a horror movie. Like I feel like that is the most immersive way to play horror games. But honestly, like I know some people don't like having headphones on for or reasons I don't know, but I'm just saying I would suggest playing this game in specific with headphones on, fully blasted, like listening to every little nook and like listening to every little sound, every little crook, every little step. Like this game throws a lot of things at you psychologically, and a lot of those things are sprinkled in the audio. That's why I feel like when the Game of the Year awards happened in 2024, I think Silent Hill 2 was voted for best sound design and didn't get it. I thought it was a robbery. The sound design in this game is amazing. Just listening to the rain that y'all can hear is amazing. But like I said, one of the main points that I love about Silent Hill 2 is that not only did they stay faithful, like I said earlier in the video, but they revitalize every single character. They revitalized the combat. They revitalized you know, just how the characters are like brought onto the screen with Eddie, Laura, Angela, Mary, James, Pyramid Head. And I really like how they kind of modernize Silent Hill combat wise, as you can see with like the Resident Evil third person action horror combat. I know some people aren't fan of the Resident Evil third person combat, but I mean, I've grown up with it. You know, Resident Evil 4, in my opinion, one of the greatest, if not the greatest horror game ever. The remake was amazing too. So I'm a fan of that type of combat, but I can understand if you don't like it, because you know, some people might not be good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole dodge mechanic. I was getting whooped. I ain't gonna lie. Like the nurses were kicking my ass in this game. They were whooping my ass in this game. I'm not gonna spoil any of the other bosses, but I mean, some of y'all already know, like the nurses, the straight jackets, like especially the nurses. Like the straight jackets were fine, the mannequins were fine. The nurses were the ones that were like, yo, watch out for them. I've seen like the cosplay and shit. I don't think I'm spoiling anything too crazy when it comes to like different combat encounters, but for sure, watch out for the nurses. They will kick your ass. But just like how they did them, like if you haven't played the game before, you don't know like why they look like that or why they're designed like that. Silent Hill 2 does a beautiful job telling you, like with the notes, with the how people interact with James in specific, like why the world looks like this, why the characters look like that, the enemies look like that. It's all like just, and for a game too, like it's one of the best like games with storytelling and world building, if that makes sense. Like they tell, it's one thing I like about FromSoft games in specific, like Elden Ring, Dark Souls. They do environmental storytelling. Silent Hill 2, like they'll give you straight up things like why some characters look like this, why the game has looked like this, but there's a lot of stuff that's hidden like under the surface, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of layering and complex things that are thrown at you, but you won't know until like you progress further in the story, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but Silent Hill 2 does a very good job of throwing things at you, but also telling their story in the environment, in, you know, the hidden layers that you might find. So I really enjoyed that. Like I said, the horror in this game is unmatched. Like I dead think this is probably the scariest game. Like I said, if you're playing, I feel like everybody should be playing horror games with you know, their headsets blasting. If you're like, the sound design in this game is amazing. The world is amazing. The like everything. I can't even like go on like how much like Bloober Team really did an amazing job just executing on all the different things that were so good, all the different complex things that were so good about the original Silent Hill. They did an amazing job. Like I can't believe how good this game looks and feels, and just how scary it can be. The atmosphere, the soundtrack, like this is just a smidge. What I'm playing right now is just a smidge of like how scary this game can be. Because like I said, there's different type of areas you go through within the game. You've probably seen like James in the apartment, or like where I'm at right now. You've probably seen gameplay like that before, but I'm telling you, this is just a smidge of what y'all getting into, bro. If you've never played Silent Hill 2 before, you're not gonna know what you're getting into. It's a completely new just world, and that's why I like seeing people's reactions playing to this game, because it's like a lot of people's first time playing even just a Silent Hill game, but let alone Silent Hill 2. It's a very, very special experience, and I just like watching people play. But like I said, the way the horror is told, how unnerving it is, how like some of the gameplay sequences, alluding to back earlier, like with Pyramid Head, for example, they did an amazing job with Pyramid Head this game. I love the way Pyramid Head is designed. He looks crazy. He looks fucking insane. And like I said, it can be scary, it can be terrifying, it can be frantic. You know, some of those gameplay sequences with him and with the other boss battles that I'm not going to spoil, because they did an amazing. There's one boss battle in this game. If y'all have played Silent Hill 2, there's one boss battle in this game that it's genuinely like, it left me shook, like sitting in my chair, like I was like not shaking, but I was just like taken aback, like wow, they really did an insane job at this boss. And this boss in particular is really, really important to the story. The way they designed him, the way that boss battle was designed, it literally like it got me emotional, because I'm like, that's one of the best bosses I've ever, like, and this is coming from a guy, like I've played FromSoft games like Elden Ring, or Souls-like games. Like, I've played a lot of amazing boss battles in games before. The way they did this boss is like I never felt like that after a boss battle. Like, I was just, like, it had me thinking for days. Like, holy shit! Like, that shit stuck for me for days. How well that boss encounter was. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the way I'm talking to y'all right now, I'm telling y'all have to play. Y'all have to play this game. And y'all have to get to that boss battle. And going back earlier in the video when I said like some of the themes and some of the characters like in this game, they touch on a lot of, I would say, like uncomfortable themes when it comes to making, or in terms of a video game. I don't think I've played a video game that really touches on and expresses these type of themes especially this well and this well written. I'm just gonna say like this: some of the scenes in this game is not for the lighthearted. It's not for it ain't for children. It ain't for kids, but it's not for the lighthearted. But I will say, like, the way they do it is in probably the best way I've ever played in a video game, and I've ever, experienced in me. Like, me experiencing media, it's one of the best portrayals. Just if y'all know what I'm talking about, I'm trying to explain it without spoiling it. But if you've played Silent Hill 2, the OG and the remake, there's a character, there's a theme that's portrayed. And the way they do it in this remake, it's like, I love the original, but the original was kind of like, it was an outdated old game, like I said, so they really couldn't do much with what they had back then. Now, Bloober Team, what they did now is the way they remade it is just like tenfold, like not even close. Like, it's one of the best remakes of a boss ever. And like I said earlier in the video, the psychological aspect of this game will have you like, sometimes I had to take a break. Like, I ain't no pussy. Like, I'm not trying to like sound like that, but some of the scenes, some of the gameplay encounters in this game, like, I had to like take a step back, because I'm like, dude, this is some scary shit. The clip I'm about to show y'all right now, I didn't even catch, like, I caught it at first when it was happening, but I was like, there's no fucking way like that happened. And I remember I talked to one of my friends. He's another big like Silent Hill fan. I was like, yo, do you remember this sequence in the game, like when it was happening? He was like, no, I don't have no idea what you're talking about. So, bro, if you're watching this video, I'm not gonna say your name, but if you're watching this video, this is the clip I'm about to show you, bro. This was some scary shit. Now, I don't know if y'all caught it, but I could dead see the enemies walking behind me in the background on the save screen. I don't want to spoil the save screen. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of funny and eerie at the same time. But y'all know in games, a save point is like the safe area, the safe space for like your this shit right here. That shit right there will get you. Trust me, them niggas right there crawling will get you. But you know how in games a save point is safe area, like the hub area, it's like the safe space for your world. And Silent Hill 2, that ain't the case. That's all I'm gonna say. Just in case y'all didn't catch what I was showing y'all, that clip, like, y'all saw me, like, I stopped playing. Like, I literally dropped my controller, and I was like, did I just see, like, the enemies in the game, like, running behind me in the save screen? I'm like, oh, nah, this game is different. This game, like, it will just throw little shit like that at you to, like, fuck with your head. Like, if you didn't play the game, like I said, I told my friend who's, like, a way bigger Silent Hill fan than me. He didn't even catch that. It probably happened to him in the game, but he was like, oh, I just probably didn't catch it. But that shit right there, literally, like, I literally had to stop playing. I was like, nah, this game is insane when it comes to the type of horror they're giving you. It's not all just jump scary. There are jump scares in the game. There's plenty of, like that shit right there. There's plenty of jump scares in the game, but it's not all thrown at you. And the horror it's showing you, it's not all dependent on jump scares, if that makes sense. A lot of horror movies, especially, this is why I don't even like horror movies like that no more. It's all relying on just dumbass jump scares and the loud ass boom fucking sound in the theater and shit. Like, that's not scaring me anymore. I'm a grown ass man. That shit is not scaring me no more. If I just a loud ass fucking ghost comes out the closet, boom, like that shit is not scaring me no more, bro. And like I said earlier in the video, the complete overhaul and modernization, if that's a word, I'm not sure, of the characters in the game, Eddie, Angela, Laura, Mary, James, Maria, they all just feel better in this game. I know one of the reasons people love the OG so much is because it was kind of, I think it's because of the where it came out, like what time, like the time and place it came out, '01, PS2, like it wasn't the game. Like if you see '02 Silent Hill, you're gonna be like, or OG Silent Hill, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit? How could y'all play this? But back then, especially now, I think now too, if you like off kilter weird horror shit, you could still really enjoy Silent Hill 2. But especially back then, back then that was like revolutionary. Like there's a reason why people say that's one of the greatest games of all time, one of the greatest psychological horror games of all time, because of the way the soundtrack back then, the way the world looked, like with the top down or the fixed camera perspective, tank controlly gameplay really worked back then. Because like I said, it's '01, it's PS2, and like I said, the psychological aspect with like the cutscenes and the awkward ass dialogue you see James and just all of that encompassing, like that's why people love the OG so much. There's not much of that in this game. They still have that same type of vibe and feeling, but like I said, it's modernized, it looks better, it feels better. So you like the OG and the remake are kind of different games. If you ask me, they're kind of two separate, like they're their own two separate entities, if that makes sense. They're not like the characters, the story is all the same, but it's just the way the game it's like two different, it's a remake. Like Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 4 Remake are two different games, but those are similar in like the areas you go, the story, but it's pretty much all the same thing. Silent Hill 2 kind of is on that line, but it's different on like how the game feels. I feel like when I played Resident Evil 4 in the remake, I kind of got the same feeling as when I played the 4 before or the original 4 before I played the remake, if that makes sense. I don't know, this sounds all fucking jumbled up, and I guess it's just remakes, but I kind of got that. I didn't get that same feeling playing the remake. Like I knew the story and how the story is going to end and all that and what happens, but like it felt different playing this game because it looks it looks amazing. The visuals are off. Like you see the lighting, you see the smoke, the ray tracing, you see James' hair moving, fluffing when he's running. You see the rain coming off his jacket, how wet it looks. Like everything about this game, like from a visual and soundtrack aspect, 10 out of 10, like one of the best looking games you'll ever play. But it's a different game than an OG. There's two different games. I would say play this one though. Play this one because the way they tell some of the characters, some of the themes expressed, the boss battles, they tell it in such a good way. And like the game looks this, like look at this shit. Are y'all really gonna play this? Be for real. Like look what I have to run into. Like this is how scary the game can get, and it looks so damn good. And that's why I feel like this is not a hot take, but unpopular opinion. I like playing horror games more because of the interactive aspect than watching movies. To be honest, the Silent Hill movies are ass to me. I know this is like off topic, but Silent Hill movies are ass to me. The Silent Hill games 1 through 3 are all amazing, including the remake. And I'm going to be making a video on F when I cop that. I haven't bought it yet. But in F2, I was going to say F2 has the same combat as the Silent Hill 2 remake. As if y'all have been playing it, if y'all been seeing it, the Silent Hill F takes the combat from Silent Hill 2, the third person action, Resident Evil type gameplay into that game. And people love F. So like I said, I would suggest if you haven't played Silent Hill, play this one. Like you could play the OG, but I would really, really highly suggest you play this one and just forget about the OG because, like I said, two different games, and I feel like this game is better today, because of the modernization. The pyramid head sequences, of course, top notch, amazing. He looks more freakish and more grotesque and just skin crawling like feeling when I see him. Like it's just like he looks disgusting. He looks amazing. Like I love the way they made him look in this game. His design is amazing to me. But another thing, I don't know if y'all know about, but they're all puzzles. I don't know if y'all are a fan of puzzles in games in general, but horror games. And it's not easy. Like I put the puzzles on normal. I'm pretty sure. It took me some time, and I had to ask my boy. Like I said, I had to ask him a few times about some puzzles, and I ain't gonna lie. I looked up maybe like two max. There's many more puzzles than that, but I probably looked up 2, and I think they were like locker or locker codes. The locker code shit, I'm not wasting my time for, because usually you'll find a locker code in like a note you pick up, but you're gonna have 100 notes in this game, so you gotta like cycle through all the damn notes just to find the code. I'm cool on that, but like I said, if you're not a fan of puzzles, you might just want to put it on easy. But the puzzles are really good. There are some really unique and engaging puzzles in this game that, a lot of horror games do, but they're not really good at. Silent Hill 2 executes it in a really great way. So if you like puzzles, if you don't like puzzles, put it on easy. If you like puzzles, you're gonna really enjoy Silent Hill 2. But I think that's pretty much it. Like I'm praising this game so much. I really don't have any negatives. Like the game froze me a couple times, which it's fine. I'm not really knocking that, but like I really don't have any other notch or knockdown for this game to get knocked down for me. I think it's a 10. This game, Silent Hill 2 remake is a 10 out of 10 like game. It's one of the best horror games ever made. I think it was my favorite game last year in 2024. I just came around to beating it. I got something to tell you. I got something to confess. Okay, I played the OG, so like I knew what was gonna happen in the story, and that's why I wasn't so like. I was excited to play this remake, of course, just to see how they redid everything. And like I said earlier in the video, as y'all can see, they fantastic job, the best job anybody could ever do. Bloober team, props to y'all. I can't wait for all of your other projects I got coming up, and I gotta try Silent Hill F. Like I said, I was really excited for this game, or I was playing this game last year and I was excited for it, but I wasn't like I gotta fucking beat it, like, because I knew it was gonna happen. I played the game for like I played the game halfway, and then I took like a long ass damn near year break without touching Silent Hill 2 again. And that's because I'm a gamer. Like I like playing different other games. Like I don't just play one type of genre. And sometimes I have that bad habit of playing a game like halfway or somewhat, getting some good hours into it, and just dropping it. But Silent Hill 2, I made that mistake of doing that, but I'm glad I did, because like I feel like I would have loved the game. I love the game even more now because I took some time away and I thought about it, and I came back and I beat it, and it's just as great as like I could have thought of. Like it's amazing. So that's what I'm gonna say. I think it was probably my favorite game of 2024. Final Fantasy. I think it was my favorite game of 2024. I think it was Silent Hill 2 remake. This game is amazing. It's a classic. I don't have anything else to say. I know I've been blabbering for I don't know how long, but like this is one of the best remakes of a game ever. And I think it's done enough with the revitalization of the combat, the Eddie, Laura, Angela, Maria overhaul the characters, the way they look, how they interact with James himself, Pyramid Head, the world, the enemies, the boss encounters, the puzzles. I think Bloober Team did enough with this game, and they paid homage as much as they can. And it did split a community. I'll admit, like if you're not a Silent Hill fan, it's not like a big split and a big divide, but there is a subsection of fans that didn't like what Bloober Team did with Silent Hill 2, which I understand. Like, you're gonna have that with any other remake, retell of like, or how a story is retold in a game, movie, book, whatever. You're gonna have the OG fans be like, "Oh, this is not how to do it." Blah 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 blah. Understand that, but like I said, this is one of the best remakes I've ever played. This is one of the best remakes ever made, and I think it's done enough. Bloober Team did enough for it to stand alone as one of the best and scariest horror games ever.
Hey. Are you feeling better?
This place is different from what I remember. I guess things never really stay the same, do they?
I guess not.
I don't think she's here anymore, James.
Who?
My mama. She doesn't want to see me anymore.
Why would you think that? Anyway, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see me?
Alive, I mean.
Oh. Yeah. I better get going.
You still don't want me to go with you? If we stick together, we might just make it out of here.
Out of where?
This town. Silent Hill.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, you didn't happen to see a little girl around here, did you?
A little girl?
Yeah, Angela? Are you all right? Angela?
No. Please. You shouldn't be here.
Angela, it's okay.
No, don't touch me!